Welcome to Design Santa Barbara. I'm Michael Kourosh, and today we are in Santa Barbara Design Center, where this week we will be looking at some incredible antiquities from around the world. Please join us. Our first two antiquities are these bronze statues from Africa. These two statues represent the last king and queen of the Benin Kingdom, known as Oba and Efe. For nearly 600 years, the Oba of Benin served as the ruler of the Edo people. The first Oba, Oranmiyan, came to power in 1280, establishing a dynasty that exists to this day, with descendants of his serving in public roles throughout Africa as recent as 2016. The title of Oba was formally disbanded after the 1897 British conquest of the Benin Kingdom, but descendants of the last Oba, Nogbaisi, have maintained the title in exile since. These statues represent Oba Nogbaisi and one of his two wives, most likely Efe Egbe. Nogbaisi, whose name roughly translates to the rising sun, saw the collapse of his empire and burning of his capital city in the hands of British imperial forces. The looting of his empire would be valued at roughly $500 billion in 2019. These statues represent an era long past, but allow us to never forget an age of great African rulers. And here we are with these two beautiful statues of Efe and Oba, and in today's fair market value, I would appraise the Efe's head for $4,000 and the Oba's statue, which is very detailed and nice, for $4,500. When we come back, we will be looking at some incredible hand-painted artwork from Mughal Empire. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. There is more Design Santa Barbara after the break. Hi, I'm Michael Kourosh, and I would like to personally offer you a special thanks for supporting our show as we enter our 11th season. When you come into Santa Barbara Design Center and mention the show, we will pay the sales tax on your entire purchase, including rugs, sofas, sectionals, and accessories. Please come visit us at Santa Barbara Design Center, 410 Olive Street. And once again, thank you for supporting our show. This week on Design FYI, we're going to talk about sofas and the unknown mistakes people make. Did you know average American spends 46 minutes a day in a car, but they spend 5 hours and 4 minutes on average on a sofa? So why would you go out there and spend tens of thousands of dollars for something you use for 46 minutes and then go ahead and buy something cheap that you sit on it for 5 hours and 4 minutes? At Santa Barbara Design Center, we create you a custom sofa that is made for you specifically and to your shape and size and comfort and your family. So when you're sitting and watching TV or talking and conversing with your friends, you're sitting on actually something that represents you. Your car represents you. Why shouldn't your sofa? Thank you for joining us on Design FYI this week, and please come see me at Santa Barbara Design Center, 410 Olive, and let me help you find the right sofa for you and your family. On this edition of Michael's Minute, I would like to talk to you about mid-century modern furniture. Mid-century modern is described as the period between 1933 and 1965, in which designers such as Eames and Nakashima used clean lines and futuristic materials to propel design into a post-war era. At Santa Barbara Design Center, you can see and feel a variety of mid-century inspired furniture, including our signature leather chairs and recliners with classical wood frames. Accent them with side tables, daybeds, ottomans for a slick, artistic look. Customize these pieces to fit your home perfectly. To bring mid-century modern style to your home, please visit us at Santa Barbara Design Center, 410 Olive Street. Welcome back to Design Santa Barbara. This week we are learning about incredible antiquities from around the world. Next, we are going to examine treasures from the Mughal Empire. The tradition of miniature painting developed during the height of the Mughal Empire in the 16th and 17th century. Utilizing methods learned from China and Persia, Mughal miniatures were meticulously painted using opaque watercolors on a thin paper. The brush consisted of a single horsehair. Due to the time and expense required to create a single work of art, Mughal miniatures could only be afforded by the most wealthy individuals in the empire, often only the Mughal emperor. Miniatures such as these would be individual pages of a larger collection, known as muraqa. The illuminated miniature would often feature a poem on the rivers. Given the small size and protection that came from being kept in an album with other illustrations, Mughal miniatures have survived in far greater numbers than wall art from this era. The tradition of Mughal miniature painting is still practiced today, with workshops employing numerous individuals to create one work of art. Here we have these two beautiful examples of Mughal miniature painting, and as mentioned, they are painted with one single horsehair. And it must have taken one person, I would say almost a year, to do one double page, which this is. And this used to be part of a thicker book, and they have numbers. That is a page 6, and this is page 5, and this particular one says page 33 and 20. So there were other pages in between, and then they cut them and they connect them. As you can see, they are the same scene, and there is probably the king and his queen, and the detail that has gone into this is just amazing and striking how beautiful and how vivid they still are with this age. There have been using semi-precious jewels and crushed them and they painted with, and actually there's a lot of gold that has been used in the leaves, as you can see, and the gold parts. And this particular one has, and both of them do actually, again, they are part of a book, and this is the back of it. So back then, the Mughal court used to use Persian language, and the court language, the court writings and poetry was in Persian. And this is it. I have actually rarely see writings like that. They take the wordings and then they write off of the wordings a lot of poetry. In today's fair market value, I would appraise each one of these for $5,000. And again, they're double pages, as you can see, they're put together. And these are some of the most amazing works of art, and you think about it, each painting will take a year. That's quite detailed. When we come back, we'll be learning about Shirvan rugs. Stay tuned. There is more antiquities coming up on Design Santa Barbara. Stay tuned. There is more Design Santa Barbara after the break. We live in one of the most beautiful locations in the world. I've raised my kids here. I love it here. What we offer at Santa Barbara Design Center isn't just furniture. It's a chance to turn a house into a home. What may look like a deal online, it's very different when it shows up. It's something to be said for feeling it before it becomes part of your life. We are here to help guide you through this wonderful process. We are Santa Barbara Design Center. Come start your journey with us. Today on Design FYI, we're going to talk about what not to buy when you're going shopping for rugs. Most big outlets or national chains, they sell nowadays hand-tufted rugs. This sounds like it's hand knotted, it's done by hand, but actually they are not. It's called hand-tufted, and it's actually a gun that rolls the wool around the warp, and they are not good rugs at all. So this is a sample we're having here for you to see. Anything that has a backing like this, flip your rugs over at home, see if it has a backing, is absolutely not good. So what it does is it hides what they did below this thing, which is a latex glue, which actually is toxin. And if you have got any rugs over the net, I hate to say it, over the net, because it's easy to sell and they're inexpensive, you buy these things over the internet. So when it comes to your house, they smell. Have you noticed that? They smell more like a gasoline or more like a diesel because they don't let the latex cure. And the latex that glues this wool to this backing, smells a lot. On top of that, they shed quite a lot. The wool is cheap because they need to be inexpensive, and they shed. I would not recommend you to get anything, again, that has a backing and is glued, because it comes apart very easily. It is temporary. It is not a green product because they wear very quickly, end up in the fill, and just basically as a landfill junk we are adding to our planet. The things I would recommend you to get, unlike these things that have backing, is the rugs that they have nuts to them. So as what to buy, I highly recommend you to get some rugs that they are hand knotted. And how you can see, flip it to the back, and you can see the knots are done individually, and each one is slightly different than the next one because they're done by hand, and the intensity of the wool and the pull they have, the weaver, makes them look different. Also, the sides are done by hand. That you can see very easily. If you want to buy a real rug, please come to Santa Barbara Design Center and I can gladly help you. Thank you for joining us on Design FYI, Santa Barbara Design Center, Fort and Olive. Today on Michael's Minute, I would like to talk to you about fabrics. Fabrics are quite essential items for your upholstery and window covering, and we have a huge selection of them. We have Durally fabrics, Fabricot, my favorites, Cravat. We have our own house fabrics, and we have Ralph Lauren. For indoor-outdoor use, we have many different fabrics, and I would highly recommend you to come to Santa Barbara Design Center to see the largest selection of fabrics in town. Santa Barbara Design Center, Fort and Olive. Welcome back. We will be completing our Antiquities journey this week by examining some absolutely stunning Shirvan rugs. Shirvan in present-day Azerbaijan is a city located near Kura River, just west of the Caspian Sea. Conquered by the Russian army in 1796, the city underwent several name changes but returned to the name Shirvan in 2008. A considerable producer of oil and gas, Shirvan also features archaeological sites and maintains a strong connection to its traditional rug weaving and jewelry making to this day. So Shirvan is a city, as we heard, in Azerbaijan and is part of the Caucasus, and these are high mountainous regions with most beautiful wool a sheep can have. They have a lot of lanolin and they're very fine fibers that makes the wool so desirable. They make rugs since 6,000–7,000 years in that region, and the results are stunning. Today I picked 3 beautiful Shirvans and would like to tell you about them. This particular first one is a little bit interesting. I tell all rugs carry a story. They have a story woven into them, and they have a reason why they came to be. Usually girls and young girls make rugs, and they put subliminal messages inside the rugs. If you look carefully, in the one you have is an old one. If it has a history to tell, you can't find it if you look hard into it. This particular one, a young girl, and I can tell you was an Armenian girl made it, and there's a lot of crosses in there, and has her initial, most likely Mary, because the common name. So this girl would like to get married, and how she puts it in there, she puts even the guy's face in there that has a mustache, and he's a number one. He's a number one choice perhaps. This is her. She's dancing, she's happy, she has a jug of wine next to her, comes up. She has a sign of purity and is a comb signs of purity. Keeps on going. They have little animals, little goats, sheep, part of the story. And then the gentleman is the key to her luck and happiness, and that's the key that's been unlocked. And the other side, the lock was still closed. So perhaps she got married, she found love with this guy, and she put her initials up there too. This beautiful piece. Sherwan has a long story. I would say it's probably 1870s, 1860s. This other one out here is one of the rugs I always wanted to have. It is a Sherwan, it's in a mint condition. If you think about it, you would not know this rug is 140, 150 years old. There was another piece very similar to this in a Markarian collection. Richard Markarian was one of my idols. He was a rug dealer and rug connoisseur, and he had one of these in his book. I found this and could not resist and bought it. It's beautiful. It's in perfect condition. You have the crabs, you have the little creatures, and you have the goddess of Anatolia giving birth to us. And then you have the little birds everywhere again. It's a beautiful example. Mint condition, has even original fringes on it. This last piece I brought today for you to look at is a kilim, Sherwan kilim. And this is an old piece, I would say 1850s, and has the most saturated colors. It's all natural dyes. The blue is indigo, the red is madder, the yellow is saffron, and the white is natural, and the brown is natural as well. The green is the hardest color to make. The green is a combination of indigo, which is blue, and veld or saffron, which is yellow, to get green. Very hard color to get. It has beautiful crosses, has beautiful designs. This particular one is very unique in that sense that they have silk woven into it. And the silk is highly unusual for tribal societies because they have to move all the time. And silk is something that usually civilizations that they are stationary make. So this was an important piece as a gift, as a dowry. They have silk, they have camel hair, they have regular wool, and the foundation is actually sheep's hair. Beautiful pieces. I would appraise them in the fair market value, today's market, for $8,000. This particular one is very unique because of its condition, and since there's another one just identical to it in the Richard Markarian album, is fair market value $20,000. This kilim, again, to me priceless, but market value says like around 10. I hope you have enjoyed this look into several incredible antiquities from around the world. If you would like to see these artifacts and more, please come into Santa Barbara Design Center. I would be happy to share them with you. This week on Michael's Minute, we are going to talk about rug cleaning and restoration. A fine rug is a family treasure often passed on from generation to generation. Rugs need to be properly taken care of to ensure their survival and protect your investment. At Santa Barbara Design Center, we are the foremost experts in professional cleaning, repairing, and preserving your rugs. Rugs should be hand washed every 3 to 5 years to maintain the structure. When was the last time you washed your rugs? Proper cleaning can extend the longevity of your rug, whereas steam cleaning can damage it. Restorations by Rugs & More include hand stitching, fixing fringes and sides, and reviving worn pile. For the finest restoration and cleaning, bring your rugs into Rugs & More at Santa Barbara Design Center today, 410 Olive Street.
Welcome to Rugs & More. We provide the West Coast with the most comprehensive collection of new, oriental, and antique rugs. Rugs are solid art investments and often become cherished family treasures. Our limitless inventory will warm up your home. Exotic or traditional, tribal or modern, our rugs weave stories through intricate patterns, compelling colors, and touchable materials. Number one in Santa Barbara for over 20 years. Visit us today at Rugs & More, 410 Olive Street in Santa Barbara.
Today on Design Santa Barbara, we are in Santa Barbara Design Center, preparing to head south to Ojai, a beautiful community south of Santa Barbara, and visit Mariah. You remember Mariah, my dear friend from previous episodes? She has a modern home. She says it's fabulous, and I believe her. And she starts from the scratch. She started the house from the concept, and I'm really excited to see what she has for us in store. Please join us.
So Michael, this is the great room.
It looks wonderful. It looks amazing. I love the exposed beams. The hardwood floors are beautiful. Love your art. I know it's yours, and you did a wonderful job again. Beautiful.
Right. I actually designed the entire house, and my husband also helped. And these beams are from Luxembourg, and there's actually a stamp on them that says Luxembourg.
Yeah, I saw it actually on the one. That one says Luxembourg. You guys imported from Luxembourg? Seriously?
They're from Luxembourg. I think that's where they do all the steel.
That's
I don't really know. But we left them natural. They still have the rust on them. And then the art I did for the house. I didn't do the house around the art.
So, as usual, we start from the ground up, and these are your designs actually, which we make, but they are your own designs. And we brought two for you to choose today. See which one you like better.
So these rugs were made in Tibet, and they're made from wool and silk, and they're all hand knotted. This one is a starburst design, and Ariel, my partner, and we designed all the rugs. This particular rug is one that I've designed.
It looks beautiful.
I love the rug. It's so modern.
It looks different. I like your designs. They're very, very extraordinary. We got another one too. So the other one is a little bit smaller and slightly more geometric. So let's see which one you like better.
This one is a little more dramatic in that the colors show up just a little bit more. Ariel actually designed this rug, and there's some open space over here at the end, and if we use this one, I would actually turn it around.
Which one of the two you like better?
I think that the more dramatic one might be better in here.
I think it looks better with your whole environment. Yes, absolutely. So can we just switch this one, please, if we get the top one installed? Thank you. All right, that looks beautiful.
I actually like this rug better because the design shows up a little more on it. This one is wool and silk, also from Tibet, hand woven.
And actually it's your own design, so we can say this is available at Mariah.com and also at rugzamor.com. So you can come and see it in our design center.
Right, actually Ariel, my partner, designed this particular rug.
It's beautiful, all right. So next we had the sofas.
Right, I'd like a small sofa over there. Thank you.
Here's the smaller one, and it's beautiful. Very nice, clean, modern lines. And warm color. You see a lot of people use cold colors and they think it's modern. And I like it the way you do things is warm and rich colors.
You are so right. I forgot to tell you that. Many people think that white is what's modern. And you see all these white houses, and they're just white houses that are all drywalled with the recessed cans all over the ceiling. This house is one that we wanted to make modern but livable and warm.
It is warm, it is beautiful, rich, modern looking without having that cold look that you get a lot of times. It looks like a hospital look. I love the paint of the wall you did. This is beautiful, like a plum kind of brown color, right?
Yeah, it's called mahogany. And I grew up in a modern house in Malibu that my dad designed a long time ago, early in the 60s, and I just remember it being very cold.
Okay.
And so I've always wanted to design a house that was a warm, modern house.
And this is it's truly warm. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. All right, so next we had a coffee table to go with it, correct? Yes. Again, you picked this metal coffee table that matches your outdoors. I mean, we should show that outdoors. It's amazing. How did you do those metal sidings?
My husband's a contractor, and he had those made, and they're specially made for this house.
It's beautiful. I've never seen it anywhere else.
From galvanized steel.
All right, now we have the bigger sofa matches the smaller. Looks wonderful. So what else did we have for this room?
I have a black chair that goes there, and we also have some pillows, and then we can start accessorizing.
Let's do that. Again, it's not a surprise to me that you do a wonderful job, but this is a modern home and it's warm as you walk into a Tuscan villa. It's beautiful. So maybe you can explain a little bit what you did, why you picked the colors, and how you make it so lovable.
Okay, well, when we first designed the home, we thought we would do a concrete floor because those are really in right now. But thinking how I would want to live here, I decided on having a wood floor instead because it's a lot warmer. And so we put the wood on the floor and we put the concrete element in the wall instead. As you can see, it's
exposed concrete.
It's exposed concrete. Here we have a floating fireplace, and this is actually a black granite that's been honed. And we made this protrude a little bit with stone on it. Having the light come down, and the light comes on different times of the day and makes different patterns on this wall. This is a skylight up here above the fireplace, so it gives some dimension as the sun moves over.
I have noticed you have quite a lot of skylights actually in the main room, which is beautiful. This has a lot of light coming in, but extra light gives, as you said, texture and different look. Beautiful. I love working with Mariah. Mariah is a true artist. She starts from the scratch. Whatever she does, it becomes wonderful. She comes to the design center quite often and picks the most beautiful items. She has a very good taste. She has a very good aesthetic, and end project is always wonderful. Again, she's a pleasure to deal with, and looking forward to see her again.